Now we can't.
Call to order Board of Trustees regular meeting, Thursday, September 15th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. Roll call. Trustee Lopez.
Present.
Trustee Archuleta.
Present.
Trustee Mercer.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow.
Present.
Thank you. Opening prayer. Trustee Archuleta, would you do the prayer? And Trustee Mercer, would you do the pledge, please?
Yes, sir.
Dear Lord, we just come before you. Thank you, first of all and foremost, for everything you've done for us, for everything you continue to do for us, for helping us through all the stuff we've been through this year, every individual in this room, and all the citizens of Milan, Lord. We ask you to help us make conscious decisions, make the right decisions, Lord, further us to help further the growth of Milan, to expand. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? If not, I need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Awesome.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow, second by Trustee Mercer. Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Archuleta.
Yes.
Trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow.
Yes.
Thank you. Public comments. Do we have anybody to do public comments? No, if not, we'll move on. Approval of minutes, Board of Trustees regular meeting, August 18th, 2022. Board of Trustees special meeting, August 30th, 2022.
If there's no questions, I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Trustees regular meeting August 18th, 2022, and the Board of Trustees special meeting August 30th, 2022 minutes.
And I'll second it.
Motion by Trustee Archuleta, second by Trustee Lopez. Trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow.
Yeah.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Archuleta.
Yes.
Thank you. Action discussion items. First one will be acceptance of municipal court cash journal for August. Are there any questions on the municipal court cash journal? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the municipal cash journal. I'll second the motion.
Motion by Trustee Lopez, second by Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow. Trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumbelow.
Yes.
Trustee Archuleta.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Thank you. Approval of finance report, August 2022.
Alrighty. So we received $292,000, $127 in GRTs, $11.99 in ITG, and $5,317.48 in CMP, which was up. And I want to take a minute to just note that when we budgeted GRTs, we budgeted about $250,000 a month. The last 2 months, we've been $40,000 above that. So we're doing well. All our pooled cash accounts are in balance. I did include the second copy of the pooled cash because there was an error on there. We got it corrected. In checks this month, we paid 181 payables with 94 payments in the for a total of $398,707.06. We had 89 regular checks, 4 voided checks, and 1 bank draft. As far as that went, everything's on track as far as payments. We're making our deadlines. We're not having to pay any late fees, so Sandra's doing an excellent job. We did have a budget meeting last Thursday. We discussed managing their budgets and working on staying within budget on their purchases. And we took some time to explain that the budget is based on the overall revenues. So that doesn't mean we have that money in the bank as of July 1st. They have to make it last the whole year. So it was a good day. We had a good conversation that day. So that's all.
Any questions?
Looking good.
If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the finance report for August 2022.
I'll second.
Motion by trustee Mercer, seconded by trustee Chuleta. Trustee Lopez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumlow,
Yes.
trustee Chuleta,
Yes.
trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, now we go to a resolution 2022-035, bar number 3.
In your package, you'll find your exhibit. Most of this is all of this is capital outlay and junior money that we have received the award letters on. So we needed to create the budget for those. So that's all of these. This entire bar consists of junior money and capital outlay.
Any questions? If not, I hear a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2022-035, bar number 3.
And I'll second the motion.
Motion by trustee Lopez, second by Mayor Pro Tem Brumlow. Trustee Mercer,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumlow,
Yes.
trustee Chuleta,
Yes.
trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Thank you. Approval of final budget for Village of Milan FY 2022-2023 from State of New Mexico.
So this is one of the letters from the state that you guys had in your packets today. It's just our approval letter of our final budget. And it just needs to be made part of our minute.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the final budget for year 2022-23.
I'll second.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Brumlow, second by trustee Chuleta. Mayor Pro Tem Brumlow,
Yes.
trustee Mercer,
Yes.
trustee Lopez,
Yes.
trustee Chuleta.
Yes.
Thank you. Consideration of award for additional items along Airport Road.
So when we were doing the project, we found that we are going to have some money left over in the project fund. So we requested that Wilson and Company 2 is put together a task order to design some lighting. This task order is $7,188.48, and I'm asking to approve this since it will put the entire task order at $262.15. The first one was approved already for $253.26.72. Once this task order is approved, they can start the design and then we can get those lights going.
So Denise, I have a question. On the, when they do the design, are they doing both, looking at solar and the LED lighting?
This will be for all solar. The solar lights are LED, yes.
So my I guess my concern is, since we don't know anything about the solar, how long they'll last, or how long is the battery, or any of those things. When they come back, will they have those answers for us?
I've done some research on the lights, and from what I have found, the majority of the batteries last 5 to 7 years. So that'll give us some time to start a budget for them for maintenance. I don't know how many lights we'll need until this design is complete. So depending on the design, then we'll know how many batteries we'll be having to replace in that 5 to 7 year time frame.
This
I
7100,
can have Wilson do a presentation for you next meeting before we approve the actual lights, if you guys would like that.
yeah, because this 7100 just for the design, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's just for the design?
And this funding will not come out of the grant funding. This will be budget money, village money, because the grant is designed for construction only. So this 188.48 will come out of the village funding.
I would like to have a presentation.
Once they do this design, then they'll present it to us
Right,
before they do it anyway.
right.
This is just for them to
I
design.
know that, but like she's saying, they can come next meeting and do a
So
presentation.
you want to try to table this until then?
Well, we have to approve it for them to design it.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to go ahead with that. But I would
Vivian,
like to
this design will be similar to the design that's going down First Street in Grants. I don't know if you've driven down that at night, how many lights they have down there.
right.
So it'll be something similar to that. It'll be the same type of lighting.
And my only concern was the life of the batteries and how our guys are going to be able to replace them. You know, well, that's,
We would probably have to contract that out with the company that does the lights. But if you think about it, the maintenance over time, we won't be paying an electric bill every month. We'll only be paying maintenance when it comes time to replace the batteries. So what we could do is instead of paying that monthly bill, we would be setting that money into a budget so that we could eventually use that to buy the batteries.
okay.
Because there would be no bill from Continental to buy it for these lights.
Okay,
Anybody else?
No.
If not, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve and award, Wilson with the 7,188.48 for the design.
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Archuleta, second by trustee Mercer. Trustee Lopez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumble,
yes.
trustee Archuleta,
Yes.
trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go into executive session to discuss limited personnel matters and possible disciplinary action of employee which is closed pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1, H2. I need a motion to go into executive session, please.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll second.
Motion by trustee Lopez, second by trustee Archuleta. Trustee Mercer,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumble,
Yes.
trustee Archuleta,
Yes.
trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Thank you. We will now go into executive session. Okay, now we go back to reconvene the meeting. Motion regarding matters discussed in executive session limited to those specified in motion for closure and that no final action was taken in executive session as per New Mexico statute section 10-15-1 H2. I need a motion to go back into,
I'll make a motion to go back into open session.
I'll second it.
motion by Mayor Pro Tem Brumble, second by trustee Mercer. Trustee Lopez,
Yes.
trustee Chuleta,
Yes.
Yes.
trustee Mercer,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumble.
Yes.
Thank you. Updates, village manager.
Okay, I know you have some questions. One of them is in regard to why we why we're required to rent the parks out for special events.
Yeah, well, for anything, because like I was saying, Mr. Everhart came and asked for the park, for Elkins Park. They were going to have something for raise money for kids, special needs mostly, and everything was going to be. Loves was going to donate the prices. They're going to have a cornhole tournament, and Loves was going to do the hamburgers and the hot dogs, and so people that went just have a good time. But then he was told that it was $200, and then $100 if it was clean, he would get it back. But what I'm saying is, people can go over there without asking and have picnics. And he came and asked, but people always use that park. And they have picnics almost on a week, every weekend, birthday parties and even graduations and stuff. So I was wondering, is there any way that we can, because he said if that was the case, he was going to go take it to Grants. He's going to go ask Grants. Grants doesn't charge him, so.
Well, I guess here's my take on it, Mayor and trustees. It's, the parks belong to the public.
Right.
Clearly, and they should be allowed to use the parks, unless and until they want exclusive use of a particular facility. When someone wants to take over an entire park to the exclusion of the rest of your public, then I think that's a different situation. We're talking about now, they're getting exclusive privileges and they're getting specific, unbridled use of your facility. And in those situations, I think, in order to avoid the anti-donation clause issues, I think a nominal charge is in order. For litter cleanup and for police protection if they needed to be, so things of that nature. I mean, you charge people to use your pool, so it's not unusual to charge people to use public facilities. It's just, how they want to use it, how much they want to use it, how often they want to use it. And so all of those things have been taken into consideration. It's a case-by-case situation, and so I wasn't specifically aware of this.
But what I'm saying is, people that go there without asking permission, without coming to the village, they have their own things there. They have graduation parties, they have birthday parties, they have all kinds of stuff there, and they don't come to the village to ask, and they're not charged. They're not,
Yeah, but they're not taking over the whole park.
Yes, they are.
Open off an area.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They take over. When they have graduations, they put balloons. They put all kinds of
It's
stuff there.
first come, first served basis.
Yeah.
So if you get there early, you can take over whatever area the parking lot. Now with this situation, with this being what's it called again? A
Fundraiser.
fundraising event, it's open to the public anyway.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be.
And they're not charged?
They're not taking over the park for a personal use. Now, if they were to have their own party there for just them exclusively, I kind of get what you're saying. At the same time, I don't. When it comes to park use, again, in Grants, the way they do it, or the way they've always done it, or used to do it, was they used to put in a work order, or you'd go to tell them a specific park, so that way the parks crew would have it cleaned and stuff like that. And that's it. There was never no charging because of the anti-donation clause, because you're technically not taking over. You still can't kick the public out of the park, regardless. If you're having a birthday party and somebody walks in, you can't technically tell them to leave because it's not your park. But I mean, that's just my point of view.
Well, again, I it's really a matter of degrees, I suppose.
But
To what
it's
extent that they're using this facility to the exclusion of others.
Which they're not.
Which they're not. They're inviting the public. There's
Well, I guess if that wants to be your position, I think that's fine. But just then be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get every group in the world want to do the same thing. And one, I'm not saying there's any legal precedent, but it's going to be a public policy, precedent that you're setting.
Yeah.
By doing this.
They do it now anyway. But they don't tell anybody. They just use it. What were you gonna say, Ms. Brumbaugh?
I was just gonna say, it's going to be an open park. I mean, is welcome to go. That's the way they're going to put it out, that the public is welcome to go. So,
Yeah, I don't have huge heartburn about this, except the only other issues is, depending upon the size of the event, you may incur expenses in tidying this up afterward. I mean, and that could potentially become a burden for you by doing that time and time again for all these groups that want to do this.
Again, you said it's a how did you say it?
It's a
By
case-by-case.
Case-by-case scenario.
I mean,
So I mean, of course, if we get somebody that comes and says, "Hey, we want to," let's say, for instance, have a birthday party,
but we don't want nobody else to use the park at all. We're gonna use the whole entire park. That'd be completely different, you know, just my family and that's it. I don't want nobody else there. That'd be a completely different situation.
Mhm.
As opposed to even like now, like the mayor's saying, if I go over there right now and I go start setting up for a birthday party tomorrow or in the morning, setting up for a birthday party, I'm already there. But I just didn't come and tell the village anything about me being there. So regardless, you're gonna still pick up the trash tomorrow after the party's over.
Well, again, it depends on, you know, how bad these people treat your parks.
And actually, I don't believe that before it used to be bad, but I think people have actually picked up from themselves and they're taking care of the parks.
Well, that's good. That's important. I mean, that makes more sense.
Yeah. If they're being vandalized and just we weren't able to take care of them, I could understand charging people to use them. If we had to maintain them all the time constantly.
The problem is it's more difficult to get it on the back end instead of the front end.
Right.
You can't chase after them later on.
And I get what you're saying, but this has been as long as Milan's been here.
And not just because it's them, but just for an example, we had asked for donations. All of us were there, asked for donations to take to northern New Mexico. I went to Tom and they donated 12 cases of water, no questions asked, just like that, you know. And so, and before when we had Christmas parties, they would donate all kinds of stuff for the kids, presents for the kids and stuff. So I think we have to kind of consider that to also be neighborly, because next time we go, he might just say no. Yeah.
And we're not donating nothing, so it don't matter. We're just not charging.
And when he talked to me about it, he actually didn't tell me what it was for. And I did tell him, his wife later, when she come to visit me, that if they had put the Village of Milan on their advertisement, that we would have no problem whatsoever because of what it is for. But I was in class today, so I don't know what the final outcome was. I know that they did the paperwork.
Okay, we got it.
I personally have no problem with them using it.
I don't either, but
It's fine.
okay. So let's move on.
So may I suggest that we pull together a committee and discuss the procedures that we will be operating under for the parks in the future?
That's fine with me. I would like to be one of them, though.
Because this is getting very confusing.
It is. Never happened before, and we're charging. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll get a committee.
I do got another thing to bring up. I was looking at the flyer for the village cleanup for October 1st. Everything's okay with me, except I was talking to the mayor before we walked in. Wouldn't it be better to have it here this year because of that road, airport road getting construction?
Yes, that's right.
We could change that and re-advertise. I think we could use the court building to put the bins and use the office to get their tags.
Okay.
Just so that way we can get away from airport road, because it's gonna be a little rough for people to try and get in there.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Do you want me to advertise it as airport road? I'm sorry, the courthouse instead of airport road?
Yes,
Yes.
if you would.
Okay, same day, same time.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my concern was with Wilson and Company. Why do we keep paying them for so much money for soccer field and they're not doing anything? What liability is on us if we don't approve some of these monies? Since it's already went out to bid and everything, right?
Right.
So why is
Ordered the building, from what I understand. Building will be here next week, Denise.
Yes, from what I understand, the buildings will be coming in middle and next week. They should be out there this week. Are they not out there this week? I
No.
haven't been to Milan at all.
They have not been out there at
I
all.
don't think so.
Okay, yeah, they were supposed to start this week with the concrete pads and stuff.
To answer your
Our
question,
last meeting was That's what we were told, so I'll have to give them a call in the morning to see what's going on.
And to answer your question, trustee, I'd have to look at the contract to see if there's any penalty clauses or anything of that nature for, delays or, a lot of these times there were liquidated damages clauses and things like that we could look at. So, if you want to, if we need to push them along, we can certainly take a look at the contract and see what.
Yeah, it's been
evidence
way
we
too
have.
long. for
Well,
them
not
to-
only that, they did the initial analysis of it and said we could put the buildings one place, and then all of a sudden now they have to be moved. They should be on the hook for that extra cost.
That's
I
what
mean,
say.
they did the initial look at it.
Let's take a look at that too.
I just
know?
want to know if we're liable, money wise or lawsuits if we decide not to give them any more money.
Well,
know?
I mean, certainly failing to pay is a breach of the contract, unless
But-
you have,
But they were
Well,
awarded,
They just won't do the work.
yeah.
We can
But-
always go to
if
somebody
you have
else.
grounds to withhold payment under the contract, then you're. if you
Yeah, 'cause
decide
they
not to
were
pay, you're
awarded-
in
they
breach of the
were-
contract.
They were bid out for a certain amount and then it just seems like it keeps getting higher and
Yeah,
higher.
with change orders, we
It's
don't have to
very
approve them.
frustrating and then nothing's being done. So that was just my concern.
Understood.
Roseanne, I'll get with them tomorrow morning and then I can give you a call or I can call you while we're in a meeting, that way you can join in. And
Okay,
see what's going on with that.
okay.
So, and because Denise has been working from home this week, we don't have all the reports from the department. So what I'll do is I will email them to you tomorrow.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay, next we have, fire chief.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Board of Trustees. Guess you don't have my report, but just real quick, for the month of August, we had 83 calls total, 9 fire calls, 41 EMS and rescue calls, and then 33 calls of combinations for calls of service, good intent, false alarms. All fires were pretty much outside of our fire district where we mutual aided or automatic aided with. And there was nothing real major, little fires. There was one structure fire in San Rafael. Speaking of San Rafael, I'm sure you guys have already heard that we lost the fire chief there in San Rafael. He passed away. We attended that memorial and service, and showed our support for the family there and for the fire department. Just real quick, I saw you guys have opened some emails from me for the fire station remodel. I've been trying to keep you guys updated as much as possible. We did have to cancel the last update meeting. Everybody was super busy, and of course, I was taking delivery of our new UTV vehicle that we got with our junior money. So that was delivered and signed for. I do have it at the station now, but we're waiting to get the title in, and we'll start getting it insured and registered and get my decals and lights and get it roadworthy and ready to go. We did assist Milan with the Milan triathlon, ourselves and PD. It was a really nice event. It rained, so it was really cool. Got some good rain that day. We have been standing by for rodeos, supporting the kids, especially the kids, the Indian junior rodeos. We stood by for EMS to make sure those kids were safe and got taken care of. This weekend we'll be doing the high school rodeo as well, all weekend. Other than that, I don't have much else, unless you guys have any questions.
Questions?
No.
Thank you for.
Thank you. Sergeant Vallejos, you're gonna be doing the police chief?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees. For the month of September, or for the month of August, our calls for service, we had 243 calls, 117 offensive reports, 14 arrests, 40 traffic stops, 8 auto accidents, and 8 alarm calls, 17 medical calls, and 168 area checks, and 17 business checks, for a total of 498. That's kind of down from previous month. We had 682. So we recovered 2 more stolen vehicles with our flock cameras that we have up. We recovered those. Officers are being utilized on our new online virtual academy training. So we'll get on. We have some downtime. We'll get on our class and we'll knock out a class here and there. So that way, when it comes for biennium training, every 2 years that we have to do it, we're already pretty much all caught up and good to go. You all know that the animal control spot was filled, but we did lose him. He did have to resign due to personal reasons. Also, we assisted the Cibola County Sheriff's Office with the execution of a search warrant in the Grants area. We were helping with an ongoing investigation in regards to all the overdoses within our county due to fentanyl. And lastly, we had Sergeant Galindo completed the civilian response to active shooter events instructor training. That means that gives us 2 instructors from our department that we could start teaching in this material. And that's pretty much all he's got on there. So unless you guys have any other questions.
Any questions? No? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now we go to the board comments. Start with trustee Mercer.
I don't have anything right now.
Trustee Archuleta.
No comments.
Trustee Lopez.
No comments.
Wow. Oh, I put that
I do. I just want the public to know that we've always stood behind our citizens, helped them, and always been more or less an advocate for our kids in the community, doing whatever we can for the kids. I don't want to seem being known as charging somebody for everything that the kids participate in. I know. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I want to first congratulate Monica on her retirement. She worked, as I said, 30 years for the village. That's a lot of years of service to our village of Milan. I want to thank her for her dedication to our village. I wish her luck and tell her that retirement is as great as you make it. All you have to do is look at me. I want to thank our employees for the tremendous work they do for our village. I get a lot of compliments from our citizens and from people that drive through Milan. That makes me proud. Congratulations to the high school Pirates volleyball team. They competed at the Farmington tournament 2 weekends ago, and both the JV and the varsity did really well. The JV, they got the first place trophy in their division, which was really good. At this time, I do this every now and then. I have a plaque here, and I want to present this plaque to Mayor Pro Tem Brumble. She is very well deserving of something that we should do for her. And she worked 29 years for the school system, and that's taking care of our kids and our staff and all. Plus, I believe I'm not for sure, but if I'm not mistaken, it's about 34 years her dedication to the village of Milan, and that in itself would tell you something. And I thought that maybe since somebody else that well, anyway, I want to present this to her and thank her for the many years. I've been with her now for 8.5 years, and in that time we've served in different capacities, representing the village. And every time she's always had the village, always came first to her, and the citizens of the village always came first to her. And so, without further ado, I would like to present that to you. I know. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how many years she had been doing this. So one time we had a conversation, and I kind of asked it. She didn't realize what it was for, but I kind of asked about that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know. I've lived here for 50 years, and I've always felt this is home, and I want to do whatever is the best for the village. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well deserved. Okay, and if you can donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, whatever you can do, please do so. If those kids, I mean, they don't pay anything to be there. Parents don't pay anything. That's free, but it all depends on they depend on donations. And when you see a veteran, thank her or him for their services and sacrifices. May God bless the village of Milan, and may God bless America. Thank you. Announcements. Planning and zoning meeting October 6th, 2022 at 4:30. Regular Board of Trustees meeting October 20th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. Annual Pumpkin Patch October 22nd, 2022. Village Cleanup October 1st, 2022, and this year it'll be here at Village Hall with the bins across the street. If we don't have anything else, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Brumble, second by Trustee Lopez. Trustee Archuleta.
Yes.
Trustee Mercer.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Brumble.
Yes.
Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.